All right, today we're going to the absolute edge of what a human being can survive. We're going to dive deep into what happens when the body is stripped of everything except the will to just keep going.
So picture this, a man totally alone in this huge sun-baked desert. It's day 30. He's just a shadow of himself, incredibly weak, exhausted. You can literally see his stomach is hollow, his lips are cracked. Every last bit of energy is just gone. So you have to wonder, how did he even get here? And the bigger question is, how is he possibly still alive?
To really get how he survived, we've got to hit rewind. We're going all the way back to day 1 to see how this incredible and incredibly dangerous ordeal even started.
And let's be crystal clear about what this meant. This wasn't some diet or a little fast. It was absolute. For 30 straight days, he ate nothing. No food. Period. The only thing he took in was water, which was its own constant battle against dehydration, something that would have ended this whole story a lot sooner.
You know, in the beginning, his body was doing exactly what you'd expect. It was sending out these really urgent, loud signals. Hey, eat something. The hunger pains were sharp, they were constant, but in a weird way, they were a good sign. It meant everything was still working normally. It was a feeling we all know, just turned up to 11. But after those first few days, his body got the message. Help wasn't on the way. And that's when this deep and really dangerous transformation began. It stopped screaming for food and started preparing for a long, slow war for survival.
And this timeline, wow, it just lays out the stages of that war perfectly. Around day 3, that's when the big switch flips to survival mode. The body starts torching its emergency fuel. Then by day 7, something totally bizarre happens. The hunger just vanishes as his metabolism basically grinds to a halt. Then you get to week 2, and this is the grim part. The body starts literally eating its own muscle. By day 20, he's at peak fragility. A simple cold at this point could have been the end.
And you really have to understand the difference between these two states. It's like night and day. That early phase, that's an active, noisy protest. But survival mode, that's a quiet, desperate retreat. The sharp pains are gone, replaced by this deep weakness you feel in your bones. And your mental sharpness, that starts to get foggy. The body isn't fighting anymore, it's just trying to last. Let's just hang on this for a second because it makes no sense, right? But the hunger going away wasn't a good sign. It was actually terrifying. It meant his body was shutting down everything that wasn't absolutely essential for survival. It's like the internal alarm bells were silenced just to conserve every last drop of power.
So, just as the physical battle started to quiet down, a whole new fight was just getting started, and this one was way more sneaky. The struggle for survival moved from his stomach up into his mind. This is what you could call mental warfare. See, his body was kind of on autopilot, just slowly powering down. But his mind, it became this intense battleground, completely obsessed with the one thing it was being denied. Survival was no longer just about calories. It was about whether he could win the war in his own head. And this just shows you how brutal that psychological attack was. At night, his dreams were filled with these incredible feasts. During the day, he was haunted by ghosts of old meals. He could smell them, he had these vivid memories of eating. And eventually, time itself just started to melt away. The line between what was real and what wasn't got very, very blurry.
So that brings up the big question, right? His body is literally eating itself. His mind is under constant attack. How in the world did he stay alive? Well, the answer wasn't about fighting harder. It was about a kind of radical surrender. He basically developed this simple but honestly brilliant strategy. 3 rules. First, stay radically calm. He accepted the hunger instead of wasting energy fighting it. Second, conserve all energy. That means no panic, no sudden moves. Rest was everything. And third, hydrate. He knew that water was his only lifeline. And this right here, this is the absolute core of his survival plan. He made this huge mental shift. His goal wasn't to be strong enough to beat his situation anymore. It was to be patient and calm enough to simply outlast it. Okay, so he had this whole doctrine of calm, but did it actually work? Let's look at the outcome and what doctors figured out about why he was the one who survived. On day 30, they found him. He was frail, emaciated. You could barely recognize him as the same person who walked into that desert a month before. But he was alive. Now, the science behind how he survived is just fascinating. Doctors came to the conclusion that the single biggest threat he faced wasn't just starvation, it was panic. Look at this chart. The energy you burn when you're in a panic state is just astronomically higher than the baseline burn of a starving but calm body. That radical calmness wasn't just a state of mind, it was a measurable, life-saving tool.
So what this all proves in the end is a pretty profound truth. This whole 30-day nightmare showed that the physical body we live in has these deep reserves of strength and resilience that are just way beyond what we normally think is possible.
But here it is. This is the final, most important piece of the puzzle. The body can endure almost anything, it turns out. But it was his mind, his discipline, his refusal to panic, that calm acceptance, that was the deciding factor. His survival wasn't a victory of the body, it was a victory of the mind.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. I mean, his story is obviously an extreme example, but the principle applies to all of us, doesn't it? It forces us to ask ourselves, in our own lives, in our own challenges, how much of what we think is a physical limit is really just a mental barrier that's waiting for us to push through it? Thanks for watching.